Hello, everybody. I know most people in the room, but this will definitely be a session that I would like questions. It'll be very top level, not going to get too deep in there, but if anyone has any questions, I would love to answer them if I know the answer. So let's go ahead and jump in. So everybody in the room who right now is familiar with using Google Analytics, please raise your hand. Awesome, great. Zach, you didn't raise your hand. There you go. How many people in the room would say they know what to do with it beyond just the basic putting in embed code on the site and that's it? Awesome. Okay. Okay, cool. All right. So this is the usual window that everyone sees when they go in, which is, hey, here's basically what's going on my site. This particular client of mine is getting a lot of traffic. We were helping them drive Facebook ad traffic to the site. And so everything looks pretty good. You get a general top-down view and you say, oh, we're getting a lot of users, getting a lot of page views, good duration on the site. But it really is not telling me a lot. And this is more about a mind state, and I've kind of changed my mind on just how I'm going about marketing and just digital media in general. Where before I thought, hey, I'm telling people what they want, and now I'm totally surrendered to letting everybody tell me through their actions what I should be doing on the website. So I'm sure most people know general demographic search on a website that kind of breaks down, the different age groups and the age ranges on the site. And it's an overall pretty good tool that lets you know, hey, we got traffic coming in. These are the individuals. This is what they're doing. But there's a couple of settings that, as you can see, once we started adding a few more things to the Google Analytics, we're able to see a lot more of the actions of our customers. Again, through this particular customer, we were able to see that the majority of our users were actually women. And so, again, this helps me in my marketing because instead of just saying, hey, I don't know how to cater my marketing, I don't know how to cater the needs of my customers, I don't even know what voicing to speak in, hey, the more details I get about my customers, the better. And so in this particular case, about, little more than half of my new sessions were females, but the vast majority of my users are women. I mean, an astounding percent. And so, again, what's important is to understand how people are using the site. So now I know that the majority of people are women. I kind of blocked out some of the content here, but I was able to see, well, I know most people are women. I know a good half of those women are first-time users. I'm able to see they're coming to the site, and I'm able to see what specific pages they're going to. And this is really telling me what the people are needing. This is a clothing e-commerce site in this particular example, and I was able to see, based off the connections of how people were searching, what type of clothing items they're looking for. In this particular case, a lot of people were looking for more evening wear, and so I'm able to see, well, here's my filter. Everyone's coming through, and they just keep kind of resolving to look for things that are going to help them look good when they go out at nighttime. So when I cater my marketing, I should use more imagery that speaks to those particular needs, because it doesn't matter what I'm putting out there, this is what I'm yielding in the net. A very important thing to do, and a mistake that I see a lot of people make is they run Facebook ads and they'll say, well, I don't see my ads from Facebook on the website. And the reason is you have to set what's first called campaign. You have to create a campaign in Facebook. I can show you if you email me how to do it. It's really easy. You can Google it, create a campaign in Facebook. And what it lets you do is you go in and you add parameters to your links so that you can say, hey, when this comes in Google Analytics, I want to make sure that I'm recognizing the traffic that's coming in from Facebook. Because otherwise, it'll just come in as what they call direct traffic, because Google Analytics does not see it as some separate traffic. And so in this case, here's how we had 2 campaigns going, and I was able to see, based off my campaigns, which one was clearly outperforming the other one. And we're moving pretty quickly here. The next thing is you have to identify what your true goals are on the site. Let's see. Jess, what would be your goal for people coming to your website?
Well, for me, I would need them to be like returned.
So you want people to subscribe to your blog? Okay. Deanie, what would be your goal?
I'm signing for a consultation.
Awesome. Melanie, how about you?
I'm sorry.
Goals for it. Someone can say, at the end of the day, when we have a website, we have some goal that we want people to take action. What is our end goal that we're looking for?
I guess probably the biggest one is newsletter signups.
Newsletter signups. I didn't get your name. What would be Erica, what would be your goal for our customers?
Fill out the contact form.
Fill out the contact form. Wayne, I'm going to assume the same thing for you. So, this is what you do is it's at the bottom on the left, under conversions, you go and you create goals. For my clients, in this particular case, it was a transaction. We had steps in our goals. Step one was to get them to the view cart stage. Step two would be for them to fill out and purchase the good. Of other clients, it would be a web form. It would be, it could be a video view. It could be a variety of things. So does anyone know how to create the goal? Okay. What you would do is you would hit this new goal button and you would enter in the URL. That is the desired goal and place that you want people to land. And then you would declare, Google allows you to kind of declare the value, what this is, what type of conversion it is. But once you do it, you now have a goal set so that you're able to see, are my marketing efforts, the money that I'm investing in these efforts, the time I'm investing, am I yielding the results that I want?
Are you setting that goal within the campaign?
No, totally different thing. For the campaign was just to kind of show you, here's a way that if you're doing paid traffic to your website, or let's say you have a partnership with a blog and you want to clearly identify traffic that's coming from different sources, you need to mark it and identify it as a campaign, because otherwise it won't come in segmented properly. And so if you say, all my Facebook traffic, I want to be marked as this type of campaign, now you have a quick way to look at what this particular stuff is doing. So if I have Google AdWords, if I have Google Display, if I have Facebook, if I have LinkedIn ads, I'm going to each one of them is a portion of the campaign, but they'll have different tags in them so that I know what's coming in. I can see which links are being driven from where. If you don't, you're just going to see direct traffic and you're not going to see that it came from those sources. Yes?
Can you segment within the sources? Like, could you segment two different kinds of Facebook campaigns?
Sure, yeah, and that's what these were all Facebook. So I might name one campaign, you know, make me money.1, and then another one which is tied to one ad. Or I could have an ad and I can multiply it, you know, have it 3 different times, and then in each of the versions I just change in the Google campaign code, you just change the snippet to say 1A, 1B, 1C. So then when you see them coming in, you know which one is getting the impressions, which one's getting the clicks, which one's bringing people to the website. And then if it's something like e-commerce or goal setting, then you'd be able to see of those people coming in, which one is giving you the most achievement of the goal. So, yes.
That's within a campaign, is that what you're asking?
So
So
you
you can have those 3 ads within one campaign, or does each ad need to be a
It
separate
would be
campaign?
within your referral source.
Yes. Well, it's in your campaign source.
Okay.
Yeah, but you would have an ad. Let's say you had 3 versions of the ad, 3 different images for each of the ad. What you would want to do is create a different campaign tag for each one. Because now even if they all said the same thing, each individual change is a different campaign, because at the end of the day, one picture might make the difference. Even if it's the same verbiage and everything else is the same, even if the color is different, that variable is what you're trying to measure to make sure that the green one or this particular picture A is yielding more goals than picture B. That's what you're trying to. So if you're running ads from LinkedIn about someone hiring you and you have 2 different ads, each of them would need to have a campaign tag to tell you which one is the one that's producing your results. So the first step is you set your campaign tags. The second step is you're going to want to say you'd have your goals, so you know, I want the person to get to this form. And I would always do it in 2 steps, because the form is one piece of the campaign. The thank you page that you would create after the form that they're redirected to is the true campaign you want. And then you'll be able to see the difference between people who came to the website, people who got on the page where you were going to achieve your goal, and those who actually went through and your goal was achieved. Now you can say, I got 10 conversions today, 100 people went to the form fill out page, and 1,000 people clicked on the ad, and you can really look and see how your ad spend is going and if you're really getting the goals you want. That's your true conversion rate. Does that make sense? Or am I being boring here? Okay. So in my particular example, we had the different ways that people were coming in: Facebook, Bing, Yahoo, Google, direct. And here's just a quick visualization, which was I wanted people to come to the shopping cart. Now, e-commerce is even better because you can let Google know that it's an e-commerce site, and Google will give you a lot more details, like how many people had it in their cart and abandoned the cart, how many people went to your cart page and didn't buy, how much money it is, how much of it's broken down by shipping. And so you can then see to the dollar, you know, this is how many I've spent $200 on ads, it made me $10,000 in product. So here's an example of a visualization of one of the goals, which in this case was to go to the cart. And as you can see, I'm able to see over the course of the days, and this particular day right here, we got 359 people who went to the cart. And we were able to, in this duration of time, get 8,000 different goals completed, which is people going to the cart to purchase the product. Lastly, because we had e-commerce turned on, you're able to get a conversion rate, which is your ultimate goal, and you're able to see how many actual transactions occurred. You would be able to see their revenue, which is just blocked in this case. You'd be able to see your per order value, which is very important. You can see how many unique purchases and the quantity of products that are sold. And then you would be able to see all of your individual products. Another thing that Google also offers in here that I think is really great is they have a metric called time to purchase. And so with time to purchase, you can see when someone looked at a product and how many days between 0 and up to 30 plus, how many days it took people to come back and buy your product. But you can also do that for goal setting. And so this is why I say it's important, because you're able to really get the real information, not just how many people came to my website, how many clicked on it. You are actually measuring the behavior, the desired behaviors of individuals by a couple of changes in Google Analytics. Are there any other questions? Yes.
Can you use pixels?
Retargeting pixels?
Is that how you know that people come back within that 30 days? Are you putting pixels on their stuff?
Google's able to see it because it's measuring, I'm assuming, through their login. A lot of people already logged into,
So it's not actually.
well, yeah, they're putting pixels
But
because
you're not doing it.
you don't have to in this case. There is a way what you can do is you can set retargeting audiences in Google, and then you could make that a criteria of people that you want to retarget.
Sure, if you're just like doing a retargeting campaign. But this here, you're not doing it.
Not in this particular case. We were pretty much driving traffic there, but we're just focused on the fact that we were able to identify that from the ad spend, the people went and took specific actions that were our goals, and then we're able to see how much income was generated from those actions. And that's what we're illustrating. Yes.
If a user has disabled cookies, how will that affect your analytics?
I mean, that's a good question. I'd have to kind of get back to you on that. I think Google would probably autonomize it and still show you because the figures are accurate. When looked on other sources, I was still able to see that it matched.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I think because there's still
It
a
would
hit
show
on
that
the side.
historic data.
Yeah, but
Right.
you couldn't put pixels on them and you couldn't retarget them.
But you would see that they still made the transaction.
Well, you don't really put pixels on the users, you put pixels on your page, right?
The pixel is
can tap
embedded
it.
on your website.
Yeah, it's on your site. So
Right.
a user surfing in incognito, the pixel would still,
Would still kind of like. dance
yeah, it
to
would
that
still be
person.
useful.
Any other questions? Yes.
So each of those, so when you had those different pathways to get to like that,
Mhm.
the green bar, everything was going to that same place. those different ones, are those different ads that you were testing, or you're saying that some of those were Bing and
Yes, this
Facebook
is
and
just
stuff?
very general. I just kept my source general, but you could do it to where your sources are your different ads.
So
You
you're
can.
pushing everybody to the same site, was that saying?
In this case, it's just basically showing me. It's not breaking it down like in the other ones. It's just showing me this is how people flowed to this cart.
So you can see what, is that percentages on there? What percentage is bringing in more?
Yeah, I mean, it's not percentage, it's just pure numbers. So you see the bulk is direct traffic, but in this example, it's still incorporating the ad traffic as well. But there are ways to do it to where you can see more specific. You can do that through the campaign, and you can see which campaigns are leading people to your conversion rates. So it's just, the biggest thing here is, I want people to say, when you are looking at your metrics, if you do not have goals set up, then you're not really looking at anything. Yeah, you see things are coming to your site, but it's really not telling you, you're not really getting the benefit until you know that these are the objectives that I have, that I've outlined, and then being able to clearly see, are my activities meeting my goals? That's when you'll really see, this month I got 30 conversions and now my goal was 100. I need to step it up. But you could say, if you don't have that set, you might have gotten 10,000 people to come to your site, but if none of them are converting, then you're still cheating yourself. You can fool yourself into thinking you're doing something that you're not doing. When you set the goals, you're now creating like brick walls that unless this is answered, then if you haven't met the criteria, then you're not being effective. Any other questions? All right. So if anyone has additional questions, here's my contact info, and we can kind of walk through it, and I can show you how to set up the goals and, just different ideas. But I think the biggest takeaway should be we have to use our analytics as more of a communication tool to us. And so many times people put it on their site and kind of, glance at it once a month and say, oh yeah, we got this much traffic, we did this. But if we aren't tangibly saying there's an end objective like a form sign up or a conversion through e-commerce, then we're not really measuring effectively. We're just kind of watching. So, all right. Thank y'all so much.